Magic in a bottle. Elegance in the glass. Pure pleasure on the palate. One of the world's most desired drinks is that famous sparkling wine where a symphony of tiny bubbles result from fermenting a superior quality wine in the bottle. It is the charm of the bubble that has led to bottle-fermented sparkling wines being coveted for their delicious and diverse flavors. The delectable feel of the tingle in the mouth, and that something special this wine brings to the glass, as well as to the heart and soul of the person enjoying it. The first wines of this kind were made in the 1670s by a Benedictine monk in France named Dom Perignon. Upon discovering that his wines had undergone an unintended secondary fermentation in the bottle, he tasted this new life-affirming sparkling wine and called his brothers with the words, "Come quickly, for I am tasting stars." And so the legend of champagne was born, the beginning of a style of wines that continues to capture the imagination of the world to this day. Although wine has been made in South Africa since 1659, it was not until 1971 that the country developed a wine made to the same style as the one Dom Perignon discovered. Simonsig, a wine estate in the world-famous Stellenbosch region, has always been at the forefront of developments in the South African wine industry. And in 1971, Frans Milan, founder of Simonsig, paved the way for the local sparkling wine industry when he made the country's first wine in the traditional manner for which champagne has been renowned. He called it Kaapse Vonkel, meaning Cape Sparkle, and to this day Simonsig Kaapse Vonkel is synonymous with the history of South African sparkling wine. This is the home of Cape's traditional Classique wines. This method used to craft this wine is known as Méthode Classique, and since Frans Milan made the first vintage of this style of wine, Classique has become one of South Africa's most popular wine styles due to its palate-pleasing complexity and enticing freshness. Simonsig's range of Classique wines are not only leaders in the market, but also express all the characteristics one expects of classic sparkling wine. As is the case for all the wines in its range, the quality of the final product is determined in the vineyard. Simonsig's vines are situated in the soils and exposed to the climatic conditions that has made Stellenbosch South Africa's leading wine region. Situated some 35 kilometers from Cape Town, Simonsig is exposed to the influence of the Atlantic Ocean. In winter, heavy rains are blown in from the northwest, while a southerly breeze fans the vines at the height of summer. For making its range of Classiques, Simonsig believes in the classic grape varieties. Kaapse Vonkel is a blend of Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Pinot Meunier. Kaapse Vonkel Brut Rosé is mainly from Pinot Noir, while the Cuvée Royale obtains complexity and fullness by being 100% Chardonnay. Summer sees the Cape winelands in all their splendor, and behind the scenes, the grapes for Classique are harvested early to ensure a fresh, bracing base wine with enough fresh acidity to ensure life and zippiness in the end product. The grape bunches are pressed whole, as tradition commands, to ensure clean, pure flavors and enchanting complexity. The first run juice, known as the Cuvée, expresses the purest flavors from each grape variety. From this juice, the Cuvée, the base wine, is made, and then the building of the final components begins. Simonsig's team of winemakers select the finest base wines from each variety, upon which a blend is composed which will express the desired consistency and style in each of the final Classique wines. The wines are selected and put into the bottle where the unique bottle fermentation happens with the help of added yeast and sugar. Behind the bottle's glass curtain, a magical and natural process takes place. The wine begins a secondary fermentation caused by the yeast and sugar, and it is this process that causes millions of tiny bubbles to be formed in every bottle. It is also here, while the Classique is being born, that the wine gathers diverse and expressive flavors from the natural lees in the bottle. This can occur from 18 months for the Kaapse Vonkel to 60 months for the Cuvée Royale. In preparation for the final step, the bottles are turned to allow the lees to gather in the neck, a process known as riddling. When the cellar master is satisfied that the wine is ready to be corked, the bottles undergo degorgement. The neck is frozen, and when the metal cap is cracked open, the pellet of iced lees is extracted. A dosage, a blend of sugar and wine, is added to the bottle to round off the complexity, and the bottle is closed for the second time, now with a natural cork. Kaapse Vonkel is exactly what its name implies. A sparkling glass of elegance and deliciousness expressing the natural wonder of the Cape winelands. It is a wine adding luster to any occasion, energy and vigor to social conversation. And Kaapse Vonkel's bracing freshness and underlying fruit flavors make it a wine able to accompany a diverse range of cuisines. Kaapse Vonkel, the Cape's original Kaap Classique.